You know a Town Hall 12 attack strategy is good when multiple people are using it. Today we're going to take a look at the Pekka Bobat yet again, but on different bases. Stay tuned. Hey, what's going on, guys? Joe here, coming at you today from Town Hall 12, and today we're going to take a look at the Pekka Bobat yet again. You guys really love that attack strategy, and we did a video about a couple weeks ago with a detailed breakdown. Click that link out up there because that's really in-depth on the same type of base. This one, we're going to take a look at 3 different attackers and 3 different bases. So we're going to start out with JC Tsunami's attack here, and this is a higher weighted Town Hall 12. He's going to start out with that balloon and the electro drag over in the northeastern side of the base, and the idea is to take out multiple buildings over here for the electro drag to clear a path or a nice wide funnel for our troops to go into the base. Next, you're going to see a suicide balloon dropped, and it's going to go in there and seek out or try to find a seeking air mine. It didn't last very long for our baby dragon. Then the wall wrecker is going to be dropped, and that barbarian king is dropped on a troll Tesla. See how our attacker is patient on dropping the troops. Make sure everything doesn't walk and it does go into the base like you want it to. Wall wrecker is down at this point. There is an ice golem in there as well as another Pekka, and so you have a massive group of troops here with bowlers, Pekkas, King, Queen, Grand Warden, and once that Town Hall falls, the Grand Warden's ability is going to be used. Next, you're going to see the Clan Castle troops pulled. The E-Drag has worked its way into the base, and that's because there is no air defense coverage on this side of the base. It probably took down the 4th one. I missed it, though. And everything's going to be caught up on the wall for a moment. Under freeze coverage from the ice golem from the enemy clan castle, which is only about 3 seconds, which is good for you guys. And then the bowler's going to crack through. You got a Grand Warden following everything up, and you got an Archer Queen separated. There was an ice golem dropped, and next you're going to see all of the bats from the bat spells moving around a semicircle pattern around the base. You're going to hit this Archer Tower. There is a Troll Tesla over in the eastern corner, which you'll have to backtrack and get momentarily or in a moment. Once they move through, you will see down over on the western side, you got the Queen working. There was an ice golem tanking for her, and it does freeze everything in place, giving our Queen some time. Then you're going to see the freeze spells drop down here in the south, and that is basically to preserve our bats. You want to keep as many bats alive as possible, so 2 different freeze spells were used on that wizard tower. A freeze spell is going to be dropped here on the air set skeleton traps to keep our bats going because they were chasing the bats and trying to stab them in the back. Bats are going to go in and take down that final wizard tower. That's successful because the Pekkas were drawing the fire from the wizard tower, and the bats are going to move into that final Tesla. That's it. That is a wraps. Beautiful work here by JC Tsunami over here in Scrappy Wizards. And the Queen, she's going to work around. She's going to finish up the cleanup. We got a wizard in there, or a wizard caught on the wall over here. Bats are dealing with the air set skeleton traps. You're going to take those down now, and it's going to be all clean up from here. So from here, we're going to move into a different attacker and a different base. Let's get into it. Next up, we have this attack by Rabbit, and this base is a little bit different than what we've seen before, or I'm sure you guys have seen this base multiple times or something like it. So what's perfect about this base is the Electro Dragon, and the Electro Dragon's going to come in here and just have a free-for-all cleaning out multiple buildings because everything is literally stacked on top of each other. The Barbarian King is dropped to the south of the Electro Drag because that Electro Drag is going to work its way towards the western, or correction, the eastern corner there, and the Barb King is working on the outer funnel with the assistance of a couple of archers. Now, the E-Drag is going to backtrack, and it is going to run into an air defense. It will go down, and the Barb King's ability is going to be used, and he's going to work his way down towards the southern corner. He's going to take out a couple of point defenses here, and you're going to notice the patience there with the wall wrecker dropping 1 bowler to make sure it does target inside the base. Then you're going to see all of the bowlers dropped, as well as the Pekkas, the Archer Queen, the healers, as well as a Grand Warden, and a rage spell. So everything's going to move into this location. The freeze ability from the ice golem that came out of Clan Castle, the Grand Warden's ability has to be used there to kind of try to preserve that wall wrecker. Rage spell is going to be dropped, and then you're going to see a jump spell drop. So knowing that the wall wrecker was about to go down, a jump spell was brought, and the jump spell is going to carry our troops to the opposite side of the base. The Town Hall will fall. The freeze ability from the friendly Ice Golem is going to lock everything in place and give our attacker more time. Next, you're going to see the massive group of bats come from the southern side of the base. All the bat spells are dropped, and they're going to work their way around. There's 2 freeze spells in this composition remaining. The Queen is in the core, taking out multiple defenses, and the freeze spells are used on the Wizard Tower. So at this point, you know you know that your freeze spells are normally going to be used on the wizard towers or something that's going to basically stop our bats from moving deeper into the base. The ice golem was used over there. Very smart movement there with that ice golem, or the use of the ice golem on that wizard tower, basically freezing it and giving our bats some time. And now you got a little bit of swag with the freeze spell still in the composition. The final Tesla is going to go down. You got Pekkas on the outsides of the base, and you have Bat Swarm just moving its way around the base. So outstanding, beautiful attacking here by Rabbit. Just patience, guys. You got to pay attention to those targets. When you drop a troop, pay attention for the crosshairs and see where that troop's going to go. Don't spam all of them without checking that, because you can do that and your troops are going to go the wrong direction or go to something that you were not intending for. So I like how he did that. He just dropped the one bowler at the beginning and then made sure to verify that it did target inside the base before he dropped all of his bowlers. So outstanding work there by Rabbit. From here, we're going to take a look at one more base, one more replay, and a different attacker. Actually, the attacker from our previous video, Nitin. Alright, so we have a very similar base style to a video that I published the other day. I think it was a Town Hall 11 video, actually. The army composition is the same as the previous two attacks, the core items in the Pekkas and bowlers. So we're going to go ahead and get into this attack, and Nitin's going to basically approach it about the same way. Drop in the balloon there to go after that cannon, and does a little bit of damage there, and it's going to give our Electro Dragon a chance to get in there and start taking out multiple structures. So it's pretty common practice with the use of the E-Drag in order to start the clearance of buildings on the outsides and basically set the funnel. Next, you're going to see our Pekka that is going down towards the south here, and it's clearing out a couple of buildings there, and we're kind of trying to set up the funnel, clear out. We do have a little bit of a funky base here, so what's going to happen here is as everything moves into the compartments here, you're going to see a split on the bowlers. The bowlers are actually going to part off. The Grand Warden's ability had to be used since there was baby dragons in the clan castle, and the queen wasn't there to take them out quite yet. But you notice that you do have a split on the bowlers. You have a group that goes inside the base, and you have a group that goes on the outer portion of the base. And since there's not a lot of point defenses over here, it works out fine. The bowlers are able to take out a couple of structures, and they're going to get caught up on this wall. The bat bomb is going to be dropped this time around. We're going to have a freeze spell, rage spell, and bat spells dropped on that single target inferno tower, and this time around is a lot different than the previous two attacks with the use of the bat bomb. So our attacker does take advantage of the placement of that single target inferno tower, knowing that it needs to be taken care of, and we are out of freeze spells at this point. So there's a lot of emphasis on the fact that our troops are going to travel around the outsides of the base. If you didn't notice, there is a wizard tower right there just melting the bats at this point. So we are down to exactly one wizard tower and two archer towers, one cannon. So I mean, in reality, this was beautiful work because Nitin was able to preserve a lot of his bowlers, a lot of his Pekkas, and use the bats to take out the bulk of the defenses that could harm the bowlers and Pekkas. Pekkas do cut through the wall. Very smart work by the Pekkas. This is probably the first time I've ever actually seen a Pekka do the right thing. They do go into the base, take out the builder's hut that was tucked into that compartment, and now our bowlers are working their way around the north side. There is a troll Tesla over in the corner. This could be a time deterrent later on in the attack, but I'm pretty sure we had plenty of time on this attack. I'm not really sure. I didn't get to see it live. However, our bowlers will move with the Barbarian King and a Pekka up there. They are tanking. The Archer Queen is down. The Grand Warden did manage to survive the entire attack, but we have plenty of Pekka, plenty of Barbarian King tank, and there are some healers there basically healing everything up. So as they move down into that final Tesla and take it out, just beautiful work by these attackers and putting on a show, showing us different variants of the Pekka Bobat. This is an attack strategy that you guys really do enjoy, and that's going to wrap us up for today, guys. If you enjoyed the content, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and thanks for watching, guys.
Frango says, these guys are awesome. I have learned so much and gotten so much recognition since joining and working with Joe and Fabi. Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so we got 17.
All those messages mean a lot to us,
It does.
guys.
It means the world, but that's why we do giveaways and
Yeah.
give back. So we have 17 eligible users here.